we wake.
Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Ashley and today I am doing a 31-week bump update, and I am so excited because it's getting so close already to meeting our precious angel. I can't believe I'm 31 weeks already, and I know that a lot of people say that, but you know what, with a second pregnancy this time, I don't know if it's because I have a toddler running around or I don't know what it is, but this pregnancy is flying by. I wish it would slow down just a little bit because I'm loving all of the little kicks and feeling of having a baby inside, but I am excited to meet, I'm excited to meet her. So let's go ahead and get into this update. I'm gonna start with baby first, and then we'll get into mom and how I'm feeling, and we'll go over a few pregnancy questions that I got off of the internet. So for week 31, it says baby is beginning her final preparations for delivery as her senses are now intact. She continues to pile on the baby fat and her immune system is nearly ready to fight and prevent illness all on its own. It says she might be close to 17.5 inches tall, the size of a head of lettuce, and weighs over 3.5 pounds, though could still grow 3 to 5 more pounds in the coming weeks, which is crazy to think, because if my baby's already 3.5 pounds, she could still go up to 7, 8, 9 pounds. And I'm hoping I don't have a large baby, but for my first, I did have her at, she was 8 pounds and 1 ounce. So not huge, but not, you know, tiny either. So I'm hoping around the same size, if not a little bit smaller. But it says, let's see. It says her brain and nerves continue to develop under her head, which is still very soft because the bones that make up the skull are not yet fused together so that she can pass as easily as possible through the birth canal. That's amazing, isn't it? How a baby's head can fit through the mother's canal and how it molds itself to come out. I just think that the whole idea of giving birth is just fascinating. Just think it's amazing how our bodies can do that. Okay, so moving on to, actually let me show you what it says her hand is supposed to look like as far as size, and her foot. So this is, and I'm using the Ovia app if you have not heard of it. So where the pink is at, that is what her hand is supposed to look like, and then the outline is what her hand is going to look like at birth. So very, very close. And then let me show you the cute little foot. Super cute little foot. There it is with the little outline of what it's going to look like. And my first baby had tiny feet, which I feel she still has tiny feet for a 15-month-old, which is so cute. But we'll see how big this baby's foot or feet are when she's born. So moving on to mom, it says, it's asking, feeling out of breath. Baby is getting so big now that she's really crowding your lungs, possibly making it difficult for you to breathe. And that is very accurate. Probably you're listening to me right now and I am like breathing heavily because it's just so hard to catch my breath with all that's going on inside and everything being squished. And it's just, that's definitely one symptom that has started to come up for me, is having trouble breathing. It says, you might also notice a bit of yellowish discharge that is thicker than milk leaking from your breasts. This means they've already started to produce colostrum. If I'm being honest, I have not quite noticed any colostrum just yet, but I also haven't really paid attention or checked if I am leaking. That's one thing that I am going to try to, I guess, put focus on, not so much put focus, but see if I notice any changes in the next coming weeks as far as any colostrum coming in. It says you will also feel those Braxton Hicks contractions, which might also last about 30 seconds. So yes, I have had Braxton Hicks actually since 20 weeks, so nothing to be concerned about. It's nothing that has progressed anything. Labor hasn't started. They're kind of sporadic throughout the day, so I know it's nothing to be concerned about. So yes, Braxton Hicks has been a symptom for a while now. It says, as you approach the delivery date, you should start preparing by keeping a bag packed with clothes and everything else you may need for a slightly extended stay at the hospital. So I am actually doing a what I'm packing in my delivery bag very, very soon. So stay tuned for that, because yes, with my first, I definitely had a bag packed very early on. I say very early, but it was probably like 35 weeks along. I had a bag and all of my things and my husband's things packed already, ready to go just in case we needed to head out. So that's something that will be coming very soon. Let's move on to pregnancy update questions. So the first one is, how far along? So this is the update for 31 weeks, and total weight gain so far up until now, I weighed this morning and it was 8 pounds weight gain this whole pregnancy. Now I do have to mention, because you're probably thinking 8 pounds, that's it. I am very tall, I'm 5'8", and I have a long torso. The one thing that my midwife, because I only gained 15 pounds with my first pregnancy, and so far I'm at 8 right now, so I'll probably gain about the same amount throughout this pregnancy. But sorry, there's a lawnmower passing by, so if you hear that. But my midwife did mention that I just carry it differently because I'm tall, I've got a long torso. I just haven't gained as much as some other women may have possibly gained. So I was a little concerned in the beginning, but she said it was nothing to be concerned about, so I'm not concerned about that. Maternity clothes, yes, I'm definitely wearing maternity clothes already. I cannot do the hair tie trick anymore with my shorts or my jeans. They fit fine on my hips and my legs, but once they get to the belly, the hair tie is just not reaching anymore. So I am officially, as far as pants and all, and shorts and tights, into maternity clothes. Of course, tights, they fit regardless, so they're not maternity, but they fit me just fine. So you'll see me in my cleaning videos in a lot of tights and maternity shorts. See, stretch marks, I haven't gotten any new stretch marks, just what I mentioned in my last video, which is from my last pregnancy. Just a few around the belly button area where the belly stretches the most. But other than that, I have not gotten any more stretch marks, and I'm hoping not to get any more, but I still have some time. So the next question is, how are you sleeping? I am sleeping very well, actually, and I could possibly attribute this to the fact that we just got a bed and new mattress about a month ago. But I have not needed to pull out my pregnancy pillow, which has been awesome. I have been getting surprisingly really good sleep. And I was just telling my husband this morning that I find it kind of odd that I'm getting such good sleep. Like, I wake up and I feel so rested, and you're probably thinking, Ashley, like, that's great. And I do think it's great. It's just kind of odd that in my first pregnancy, I needed my pregnancy pillow like by the middle of the second trimester, if not the beginning of the second trimester. So I'm glad I have not needed to pull it out, and I'm just going to be thankful that I have not needed that, and I'm getting good sleep before the baby comes. Best moment this week, I did have a follow-up with my midwife OB/OB yesterday, I believe it was, or the day before, and she said everything is looking great. She said, I'm so proud. She goes, your weight gain's on, spot on. She said, your sugar's great, your blood pressure's outstanding, baby's doing perfectly. So it was just a nice reassurance, I guess, hearing it from the OB saying, that everything is going good with baby and that I'm doing great as far as pregnancy goes. So that was a good moment this week. Missing anything? Actually, yes. One of my cravings, which I'll get to in a minute, but as far as missing, is kombucha for some reason. And I've always liked kombucha, but for whatever reason, recently, I've really, really wanted it. And the topic as far as drinking kombucha is very subjective, and I understand that, because there are women that they feel like it's okay to drink kombucha, and then there are some that feel like it's not a good choice to drink during kombucha. I know I talked to my OB about it. She said it was really personal preference, because a lot of times they say it's a chance of you developing or getting listeria. And it's just kind of one of those that you do it or you don't. And if you get it, you get it. If not, you don't. But as much as I want it so badly, I just feel like it's better safe than to be sorry. So I'm not gonna drink it. I'll just wait until after giving birth, and then I'll see if I'm still craving it at that point. Moving on, next question is movement. And I have, for whatever reason, this week has been a lot more movement than any other time in my whole pregnancy, and I'm loving it. I love when I'll lean a little bit back, or I'll lay on my back just to feel the baby, and then you'll see a little bump where her butt is at, either on the left or right. I'll also love that when I'm rocking, or when I'm not rocking, but I'm holding my other 15-month-old, and I'll hold her just cuddling, and then all of a sudden the baby will kick and like kind of kick on her stomach, and it's so cute because my 15-month-old will kind of open her eyes like, what was that? But I'm just loving all of the movement. Okay, so moving on to food cravings. Kombucha is the number one. I'm still craving tuna for some reason, and one craving that has been throughout my whole pregnancy that I forgot to mention in my last two updates is spicy foods. And I'm talking like spicy, like serrano pepper, and like anything jalapeno, anything spicy I'm really, really wanting. And like I'll have spicy sauce with my tuna, and my mom's like, my goodness, this is definitely a craving because I don't remember you eating that much spicy food before. And she's right. I've always loved spicy food, but I have to have it like all the time now. So yes, definitely spicy food. Any other cravings? I would say those are the main cravings. So queasy or sick, I don't really have any aversions. I don't really get queasy. The only time that I can say I'll get a little bit queasy is if I wake up and I don't eat something right away, whether it's crackers or just something to snack on. I have to eat something because then I do feel a little queasy on an empty stomach. The thing is I can't drink water right away. For whatever reason, drinking water on an empty stomach makes me want to throw up. I don't know why. So I'll make coffee and I'll have some sort of cracker or something to eat with it while I'm making breakfast, and that usually helps to settle my stomach. Labor signs, no labor signs at all, which is great. I've had Braxton Hicks, which I know is preparing me for labor, but no labor signs that are progressing or any of that. Symptoms for this past week have been, let me pull it up because I've been kind of keeping notes here to see what they've been. So insomnia has still been a symptom for me. It has not been every night because like I mentioned, I'm getting better sleep, but I did have one night where I just could not fall back to sleep, and it wasn't that I was uncomfortable or I needed to switch positions. I just couldn't sleep. I felt like I had slept like 10 hours already. I could get up and clean or do something productive. That's how I felt, and I just could not go back to sleep. So that was, I guess it's still somewhat of a symptom, but it was only one night this past week, and I'm hoping that I don't experience that as often as I was the past couple weeks, because there were some nights or some weeks that it was like 3 or 4 days out of the week and I just could not go to sleep, and I was feeling so tired by 2-3 p.m. the following day. So thankfully I have only experienced it once this week, and I hope not to experience it as often. Next symptom is extreme hunger. Let's see, when was it? A couple days ago I had eaten lunch, and it was a pretty good portion. I mean, it was chicken, brown rice, and I believe broccoli. And by maybe 10 to 15 minutes later, I felt like I could eat a whole plate again. I know the baby's growing, and I know that has a lot to do with it. It's just, it sucks because I don't want to overeat, but oh my goodness, I am always hungry. Well, this past week anyway, I've experienced extreme hunger where I feel as if I had not eaten. Like for instance, this morning, I just had, what did I have this morning? Spinach, egg, mushroom in a wheat, like, what is it? English muffin with a little bit of cheese. And oh, it was so good, but I'm hungry again. And I just had it like an hour ago. So that's definitely, extreme hunger is definitely a symptom for me this week. Another symptom is being very happy, and I don't know if it's because I'm getting closer to meeting the baby or if it's because I'm checking things off my nesting list. Whatever it is, I'll take it because I love being happy, as anyone would. I did have a question on my last pregnancy update asking if I could talk about a symptom as far as that I've been experiencing, and that is flatulence, or as we may know it, gas. And yes, I have experienced that more so now than in my second trimester. As things are growing, things are shifting, there's not much room in there, and you just get trapped gas. So I feel like that's a pretty common symptom for a lot of pregnant women. So the answer is yes, I have been experiencing that. Don't ask my husband if he likes it or not, because he doesn't. Okay, and then belly button is still an innie. I have not had an outie. Even with my first pregnancy, I did not get an outie. So wedding rings, yes, they do still fit. I'm actually still wearing them. They've fit throughout my whole pregnancy, so I'm hoping that I can still wear them. If not, my husband did buy some groove rings. I don't know if you've ever heard of them. They're like silicone rings. Very, very good quality. He did buy some that he ordered. He ordered 1 or 2 for me that are like a size bigger, just in case I can't wear this one. I told him I still want to wear something, so he surprised me and ordered those groove rings for me. Next question, happy or moody? And very happy, as I mentioned a minute ago. And what are you looking forward to? I have a couple things I'm looking forward to. So we are doing a drive-by baby shower in about 2 weeks, which I am extremely excited about. I will miss the whole getting together and doing baby shower games and all of that, but I am still looking forward to seeing the family. They drive by, we'll have little refreshments and just a few things for them, and if they have any gifts that they'd like to leave, we'll also have a table set up for them. So I'm very excited about that. And then I'm also excited because my husband is going to make our baby's cradle. So we're going to be starting to work on that hopefully this weekend. If not, within the next couple weeks, we'll have it done. That is definitely something to check off my nesting list. That will have me feeling very, very prepared, because shall the baby come sooner, we have somewhere for the baby to sleep for now. And last but not least, let's get into the bump shot. Okay, so this is my 31-week bump update or shot. And I would say that I asked last week in my pregnancy update what you all thought. If this was more like if it was high or low or pointy. I feel like it's still kind of high right here. You could probably hear my 15-month-old in the background. She's waking up from her nap. But yeah, I haven't felt like if she's dropped yet. So yeah, this is my bump update. But thank you all so much for watching. I hope you're enjoying these pregnancy updates. I know I've been all over YouTube watching these updates. I love watching people talking about what they're experiencing for their 31 weeks or 30 weeks or whatever, you know, however far along they are. But if you are pregnant, I wish you the best in your pregnancy. If you're around where I'm at, leave a comment. I'd love to continue this pregnancy journey wherever you are in your journey together. So thank you again for watching, and I will see you in my next video for 32 weeks. Bye. We don't need